I'm so sorry. The words slipped out of his mouth before he even realized he was speaking. His hands froze in midair, keys dangling, heart pounding so loudly he thought the whole street could hear it. The club door slowly opened, and the face staring back at him belonged to the last person he ever expected to see. Before we dive into this emotional journey, if you love powerful, true-to-life stories about kindness, struggle, and unexpected hope, please like this video and subscribe to True Kindness Tales. Your support helps us bring more stories like this to life. The rain had been falling since late afternoon, turning the neon-lit street into a river of blurred colors. Adam stood outside the exclusive downtown club, his worn jacket pulled tight around his thin frame, shoes soaked through. At 36, he looked older, life had etched exhaustion into his face. He was a single father, raising his 6-year-old daughter Lily alone since her mother passed away 3 years ago. Every decision he made, every step he took, was for her. Tonight was no different. Adam worked 2 jobs, mornings as a delivery driver and nights as a cleaner for a private security company. The club was one of his assigned buildings: clean the back offices after closing, never interact with guests, never cause trouble. Rules were simple, and breaking them meant instant termination. As he reached for the staff entrance, he realized his access card was missing. Panic tightened his chest. If he didn't finish this shift, his paycheck would be short. Short paycheck meant unpaid rent. Unpaid rent meant Lily losing the only home she remembered. Adam hesitated, then slowly walked to the main entrance, rehearsing apologies in his head. He told himself he'd explain quickly, humbly, and leave if told to. When he knocked, the door opened sooner than expected. Standing there was a young woman, no older than 25, impeccably dressed, calm, and composed. Her eyes met his, and Adam froze. His breath caught, memories crashing into him all at once. He recognized her instantly. Years ago, when Adam had lost his job, his home, and nearly his hope, there had been a girl at a community soup kitchen. A quiet teenager who volunteered every weekend, handing out meals with a gentle smile. One night, she had slipped him an envelope with bus fare and a note that said, "Don't give up. Someone believes in you." That small kindness had kept him going during his darkest days. Now she stood before him, confident and powerful. Before she could speak, Adam blurted out, "I'm so sorry." His voice shook, not from fear of authority, but from the weight of gratitude and disbelief. He expected confusion, maybe irritation. Instead, her expression softened. "Adam," she asked quietly. The sound of his name nearly broke him. She remembered. She was no longer the volunteer girl, she was the owner, the boss, the one everyone answered to. And he was just a cleaner at her door, soaked, tired, and afraid of losing everything. In that moment, Adam felt the fragile distance between past kindness and present reality, unsure if it would protect him, or finally crush him. The young boss stepped aside and gestured for Adam to come in, shielding him from the rain. Inside, the club was silent, empty of music and people, yet heavy with unspoken emotion. Adam stood awkwardly, hands clasped, eyes down. He began apologizing again, explaining about the lost card, the rules, the mistake. She listened patiently, then surprised him by asking, "How's Lily?" His head snapped up. No one outside his small world ever asked about his daughter. Adam swallowed hard and answered honestly, how Lily was growing fast, how she loved drawing suns and houses, how she still asked about her mother at night. As he spoke, the young boss's eyes glistened. She told him her name was Sarah, though it had always been. She shared that after those volunteer days, she'd been adopted by a distant relative, supported through school, and later inherited the club from a mentor who believed in her potential. "But I never forgot you," she said softly. "You were always polite. You always thanked me like I'd given you the world." Adam shook his head. "You did," he replied. Sarah smiled sadly and asked why he'd never come back to the soup kitchen. Adam explained that once he found steady work, he felt someone else needed those meals more. That he wanted to stand on his own feet for Lily's sake. Silence hung between them, heavy but warm. Then Sarah made an offer that left Adam speechless. She told him she needed someone she could trust, someone who understood struggle, responsibility, and humility. She offered him a full-time position as facilities manager, triple his current pay, flexible hours, and health benefits. Adam thought he'd misheard. His knees felt weak. "I'm just a cleaner," he whispered. Sarah shook her head. "No," she said firmly. "You're a father who never gave up. And you taught me, without knowing it, that kindness doesn't disappear, it grows. Tears streamed down Adam's face. For the first time in years, he didn't feel invisible. He felt seen. He thanked her again and again, but Sarah stopped him. Promise me one thing, she said. When you're able, pass it on. Adam nodded, heart full, understanding that this moment wasn't luck, it was the return of a kindness planted long ago. Weeks later, Adam's life looked completely different. He walked Lily to school every morning instead of rushing between jobs. Their apartment felt warmer, safer. Lily laughed more. She slept better. One evening, Adam brought her to the club during off hours to show her where he worked. Sarah met them at the door, kneeling to Lily's level, praising her drawings, giving her a small notebook and colored pencils. Lily hugged her without hesitation. Adam watched, realizing how kindness continued to ripple forward, touching lives in quiet, powerful ways. At home that night, Lily asked her father why he looked so happy. Adam told her the story, not of success, but of people helping each other when it mattered most. He explained that saying sorry, asking for help, and staying kind even when life is unfair can open doors we don't even know exist. Years later, Adam would still remember the sound of that club door opening, the fear in his chest, and the miracle waiting on the other side. He never forgot where he came from, and he never stopped helping others, donating time, mentoring struggling parents, and reminding Lily daily that kindness is strength, not weakness. Sometimes, the smallest apology leads to the biggest second chance. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to True Kindness Tales. Your support keeps these meaningful stories alive, and you never know whose life might change because of one shared moment of kindness.